with Sherry Reader, and over here on Instagram Live. Is it working? No, I took a picture. That's not what I wanted. I wanted live.
That's such a great picture.
Okay, talk to them while. There we go.
Hi.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Reid and I are doing a dual video.
Yay! It worked.
It works.
Goodness gracious. So we've got Sherry on Facebook over on Sherry's phone, and then we have me on Instagram on my phone, and we're here to talk about Sherry's new book. I'll put it one for Facebook, The Smile on My Face with Sherry Reader. And my question for you, as a nerd and as a friend and a lover of yours for many, many years, this is a journey to sexual authenticity. And we'll put the links in places where people can find them. This is available on Amazon, but you have a huge book release party coming up.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday here in San Diego.
Yes.
And my question for you, because some of my followers and some of your followers are not in San Diego and can't make it, if there was only one chapter they could read, only one, obviously read the whole book, but what would be the chapter, especially for somebody who's new to trying to find their sexual authenticity?
That was going to be my question, because obviously the answer would be different depending on who it is we're talking to. But I would say chapter 4.
How about this question? So chapter 4, but how did you grow up? Were you always like this?
Oh yeah, always,
Really?
forever and ever. I was raised the most super Christian you can imagine, from first grade all the way through college and university.
Okay.
To the end, all private Christian school.
Private Christian school.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you start to have your authentic sexual awakening?
Well, I went to school where no one was having sex, no one was talking about sex, no one was, like, it was just so wrong. Like, that was the worst thing. We couldn't even dance at our school. So
it was like Footloose, the movie where they're not allowed to dance.
Right. Okay, it was like that. It was worse than that, but yes.
It was worse, okay.
So, my sexual awakening started actually happening at school, like in high school, because none of the other girls were having sex, and I, for whatever reason, decided it was actually a good thing
to start having sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I probably initiated quite a few
encounters.
People, like initiated them for their first experiences, in high school, and then it just kind of continued in college, where it was still like, girls are here in this dorm and guys are over there somewhere.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I want to move this closer because it's getting a little windy.
Oh.
Okay, so now I'm leaning in. Okay, good. We're good. All right. So chapter 4.
Chapter 4.
Yes.
So for a very beginner, that's why I say chapter 4, because it's about slowing down.
Slowing down.
Yeah.
All right. And slowing down means what?
Just paying attention and like dropping in and having real connections with whatever it is you're doing, or whoever it is you're doing. Yes.
And how did you learn to slow down? Like, did you have some realization that you were going too fast?
I'm freaking hyperactive. I'm ADD. I was very, very fast all the time. And when I discovered slowing down, it was like it was probably during a really, really hard time in my life. And all I could feel was like those hard feelings and those icky feelings. And then when I slowed down for a minute, it was like, oh wait, all the feelings are still there. And I could tap into, oh, I still feel love. I still feel happy. I still feel joy. And I feel, scared and sad and like, all these other things. But it was this realization of what bliss was. And I, right out of college, like, learned about meditation and those kind of things. I was 28 years old, right around there, and that like kind of introduced me to the concept of slowing down.
Okay.
Yeah. And soon after that, yoga and tantra.
Okay.
And BDSM and all the things that help you slow down and ground and get present.
Okay. And what would you say for people who are like, ooh, I want to be sexually authentic, I want to have my sexual awakening, but I have a lot of shame for whatever reason, for being raised super religious, just not having a lot of community around you. that are sexually adventuresome.
Mm-hmm.
I had the great pleasure of Monique Darling and I co-teaching a lot here in San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
in Vista and Carlsbad, around sexuality stuff, because that's what I do. And so people had questions yesterday when we were doing the BDSM and Tantra workshop. People were coming to me asking about shame and how do you give yourself permission to even start to explore.
Yeah.
So like what's what life advice, because it sounds like you just got lucky in a way where you gave yourself permission somehow.
Right.
But even then, like what have been your struggles, and what would be tools for people who struggle?
So I love the chapter on fake it till you make it,
Mm-hmm.
because for me that's how I did everything. Was I would just be like, have a little hint of, I think I can do this, or I want to do this,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, and then just like, okay, you've got to like step into it, and like there's a level of almost like faking confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And then you step into it, and before you know it, like that confidence starts developing because you're actually doing it or going toward it and developing skills along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden you can do it.
Yeah, and then we have there's the competence loop that
Yeah.
they talk about in psychology.
Yeah.
As you start to learn like the motor skills of things,
Yeah.
right? Then your body starts to get better at the thing, and you start to notice you're getting better at the thing, so you start to feel more confident, and because you feel more confident, you actually start being even better at the thing, which allows you to feel more competent about stuff. And I mean, I've never researched to find out if emotions work similarly. Like, I'll be teaching a jealousy workshop tonight. Like, the more you start to understand yourself around jealousy, the more you start to realize, oh, I have all these tools and awarenesses I can use to combat when I'm being overwhelmed with jealousy. And because you know you have these tools, you start to feel more competent in that you can navigate jealousy attacks when they come. You don't have to be so afraid and always freeze because you don't have choices. So maybe it's similarly with a competence around just emotion. But have you felt like that with shame? Like, does shame come up for you often anymore?
Well, sometimes it's different, it's from different things. Yeah. But when it, like, slowing down actually plays a role in all of this, like if you want to remember that, oh yeah, I have tools to get through those sticky spots. And when I feel like I'm not confident about something, it's like remembering that I can get through this, and practice makes it easier, and makes, like, slowing down reminds me that I have the tools to piece together, and yeah, I I do feel shame sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel it all the time. I was at a play party last night, co-facilitating a play party. It's what the kids call orgies these days. And I have, as I facilitate play parties, there's a joke that I tell in the middle of the welcome circle, which is the ice-breaking exercises and helping people feel connected and practicing saying yes and no. There's a joke about the 5. You ask for something. You want 2 people to massage your feet, 2 people to like nibble on the sides of your hands and nuzzle your neck and say dirty things to you, while a 5th person feeds you chocolate. And we call the joke is the 5 arrive to offer you these things, and you become overwhelmed and feel like you don't deserve it. I had asked for something different, which I will allude to was of a very sexual nature, and 5 people showed up and were like, we are the 5. And I was like, oh. And in negotiating this amazing experience, that involved a lot of strap-ons, for those of you who are interested. Maybe too much information for Sherry's book launch, but there you have it.
No, I don't think so.
But there was a moment when I was having so much fun and experiencing so much pleasure. Like, shame didn't stop me from asking for the thing, but shame was trying to shut me down during it, because I felt like I didn't deserve all this attention, all this pleasure. And so my shame was trying to mug me. And one of the things that's really helpful is I know that my shame does that. So when it happens, it's not a surprise. I have a good working relationship with my shame, and my shame, following my shame, is how I've gotten to become who I am. Because I started practicing asking for the things I was scared about and the things that I thought no one could love me for. And that's been a lot of my life's journey when I talk about, helping people with sexuality stuff and asking for what you want and dating your species and all the things that I'm known for. And how do you keep making progress and not let your shame and your fear stop you? Because all you need to do is just take tiny, tiny baby steps, 2 inches every step over the course of years, and you have traveled miles. And so that's been part of my journey around shame. And I'm lucky enough to have community that cheers me on, which brings me to your book launch for people who can make it. This is the community, your friends and chosen family and the people that are interested in things like this. This is a community where you can surround yourself with people who get you on a different level and don't think you're a freak and a weirdo, or think you're their kind of freak and a weirdo for being interested in trying to take this kind of courageous journey, whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't have to be strap-ons and orgies. What's authentic for you is who the world needs you to be.
Yeah. Well, and this is how I untangled what was going on with me and wrote down step by step my process, so someone could see it and go, oh, someone had a process around untangling things.
I'm moving this over here for Sherry's Facebook people.
There it is.
So it's prominently displayed.
Yeah. So yeah, just going inside and going into whatever it was, whatever I had, if it was shame or if it was jealousy or if it was not feeling good enough or all the things, and going in and piece, chunking it out and figuring out what was going on, and then writing that down so someone else could see the process of what those emotions were made out of and how I got through to the other side, back to a blissful state, back to happiness, back to having a smile.
Thank you for cataloging all this and sharing with us. There's even pictures, folks. There's illustrations. There's little worksheet moments.
Yeah.
So if you're somebody who likes to do the workbook stuff, where can people find out about the book and about the book launch? Because even if you're not able to come, you might have friends in Southern California who can make it.
Yeah. So my website is a really good place. thesmileonmyface.com or sherryreader.com. Either one, they kind of all go to the same place.
Okay.
And there's links to the tickets for the book launch party, and there's also links to Amazon to buy the book.
Yay. Thank you, Sherry Reader.
Thank you, Reid Mihalko.
If you want to hit emojicons on whatever app, if you have those things, send Sherry some love. Please share the video with friends and loved ones who might be interested in an amazing human being. I completely vouch for Sherry Reader. I am biased, however, tremendously biased. And check out the book. It might be great for you or for a friend who's struggling with shame and trying to figure out who they are when it comes to sexuality. Thank you for writing and putting your life into the smile on my face. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Now we try to shut off all the apps.
Oh my God.
Watch.
Okay, I want to watch.
Finish.